Last week, the fourth culture. So stupid, don't even know how many fingers. Okay. Kaman searched desperately for Bob. Couldn't find him. Started praying to his god, Aina. Aina spoke to him and was not very happy. Basically said, I give, but you never give back. So, gave him one more thing, which was enough charges in his stuff to get back to us. But then after that, punished him severely. His glowing gem cannot glow anymore. His warlock powers, gone. His cleric powers, cast one a day, finish. Very severe. So, on the other side of the world? No, not really, not that far away. Close enough. Jibril went to the Brazen Horse. You know, that horrible inn with a lot of cockroaches everywhere? He went back to find the cockroach convention. No, he went back to talk to the innkeeper. And then he noticed that in that area, all the beggars are actually lookouts. They all position themselves in very strategic places to make sure they can see everything. He spoke to the innkeeper, and then he used his special thief sign language, and then asked him, can I buy information? So the innkeeper showed him into a dark passage. He walked all the way there, and there was a beautiful, bright, opulent library filled with many, many books and multiple doors, and said, this reminds me of home. The innkeeper's voice changed, like the way our voice changed when we were playing a different, when we were undercover. So it's very clear that this innkeeper is more than meets the eye, like Transformer. So Jibril asked him about the princess and agreed to trade him some favors in return for the information. He learned that Malina had actually come to the city sort of willingly. She is a prisoner, but she came here with a purpose because she wanted to do some research in the library about this thing called the Jade Diadem. And believes that possessing it will cause the ancient civilization of Karambir to reappear. Ta-da! And what else? Technically, this is another information that he found out. There is no reason to keep Malina alive because there is the Prince of the Silverlight, who is actually a commissioned officer and he supports the Blood Company. So we're not sure why the Silverlight haven't just Malina yet. Interesting. Wheels within wheels, so many things. We learned that the Silverlight have allied with the Blood Company, and they are trying to take over the Twilight Plains, even though it's meant to be neutral territory. And that the party and our rescue of the princess might actually be just a distraction for something bigger going behind the scenes. Anyway, Jibril found all that out, came out, and ran into Kaman, who had reappeared there after teleporting back with the help of his god. He told Jibril, I need help, I lost Bob. The both of them ran back to the inn that we are at. And then, what happened? So we grabbed the flying carpet and flew all the way towards Najwan, Baraka sending to see whether she can talk to Bob. And we got a reply from Bob, so he isn't dead, yay! But he is very, very lost and very bad at replying to sending. 25 words, right? The most we got of him was ground, duck, funny wood. So not very helpful. Anyway, based on that very little bit of description, we looked at the map and Jibril said, maybe it's in the north in a particular forest area. But that particular forest area is actually very big. So it would have taken us months to search it. Anyway, we flew towards Bob's location and we talked about what Jibril found out from the person from the Brazen Horse. Bara remembered that the Jade Diadem was actually worn by the ruler of Karambir, but it was supposed to have not survived the destruction of Najwan. And then we all noticed that Kaman's forehead gem wasn't glowing and asked him about it. He told us that his god was very upset with him. So we looked through our stuff for precious things and then said, hey, maybe try giving your god this, and held up the heart of Riyaka, which was covered in intan. Surely must be very precious, very good. So Kaman held it and suddenly it disappeared. And then his gem started to glow. little bit. Very good. So I think we're on to something. Anyway, on our way there, we tried to send another sending to Bob, and Bob said that he made a new friend, which is very alarming because the name was very long and started with But then he never tell us anything more. We convinced Bara to rest so that he can continue to cast sending again. And while he was resting, a rock came and attacked us. Or rather, we saw it as a very, very bird. So big that it was like many the wagons stacked together become one bird. Yeah. So the bird attacked us. Did the most damage anyone has ever done to me in one shot before. 26 maybe. But anyway, we managed to not quite subdue but Bara managed to make him, look at the note and the fish. And then Jibril made him feather fall, so he fall down, and then we got the fuck out of there. During this, came to the realization that perhaps for us to go off and search for Bob is a bit difficult. So, our dear Bara communed with his Auntie Agatha, and asked, "Do you think this is a good idea?" Agatha said, "Well, it is up to you. But do you think this is a good idea?" Which was so helpful, And Bara decided, okay, we cannot continue. We must go back and finish our mission. So instead, Jibril left us to go in search of Bob. We gave him some of our money to help fund the expedition, and then we flew back to the city. And yep, when we reached there, Bara again tried to run away. And Yirsa convinced him not to, because if you run away, how the fuck are we going to find you? Number one. Number two, it's okay you stay in my room. And now Yirsa has a hot tub.